Have you seen the light shining in the eyes and face of a baby? And also of an elderly person when a little child shows up and they greet each other. The light shining on the face, and our face becomes radiant. This is an amazing promise, an amazing reality. In this window, sometimes we have seen it purely golden from in the early sunrise, and now it's not. And you have seen the face of a child crying, rebellious, torn apart, divided. And then you have seen the face of the same person radiant. There's a mystery deep inside of every person. There's more light in the face of a person than even from the sun coming on our world. Imagine all of this here an hour and a half ago in darkness, and the sun comes up over the horizon and brings out the light in us. Yesterday we had a very powerful line in Jeremiah 31. And Jeremiah it's a time also of great promise because of this particular line. With age-old love I have loved you. With age-old love I have loved you. And today we're celebrating the Feast of the Transfiguration. And yesterday we didn't have clouds, but today we have clouds, and that's nice. Because the Son of Man will come on the clouds, and Daniel's reading, Daniel the great prophet, the great person of God, the great representative of God. And there he is, coming on the clouds. And we're in the cloud in Mount Tabor that covers Jesus, Elijah, and Moses. And with having Elijah and Moses there, in the light of the words yesterday from Jeremiah, with an age-old love I have loved you, for the disciples, as they ponder this afterwards, Elijah and Moses are two of the outstanding witnesses of this age-old love that in a very particular way was promised to Abraham and Sarah. You will have a child, and you will be the father of a multitude of nations. But that promise got very threatened by so many human failures in the process of history. But there are always the figures that come like major milestones, major landmarks, like certain buildings or landmarks in cities. And they reorient us, and Moses and Elijah are two of the great witnesses of the faithful love of God. And then calling us also that we can't be dull, that we actually need to have the light of fidelity shining through us, the fidelity to this love, which sometimes we abandon, sometimes we leave, sometimes we withdraw for cheaper solutions that fail us, the broken cisterns that leak, the promises that are not held. This is the mystery of the Transfiguration. Obviously, in our primary meditation and contemplation, it's revealing the identity of Christ, of Jesus, the son of the carpenter from Nazareth, the one who was here in the boat with the disciples in the storm. And now they have grown into a great relationship with him, and they're entering more and more into the mystery. Just like spouses do with each other over life when they are blessed to be able to overcome their differences, their difficulties, the challenge of living together, of being a couple, of building a family in the image of the Holy Trinity. That's always a challenge for us, but there's always also the greater development of knowledge of each other, going deeper and deeper into that knowledge, into that experience. There's a beautiful word spoken at the Transfiguration. This is my beloved Son. Listen to him. And there we have the word beloved. And that's the Father speaking to the Son. And that love is age old, like way before the ages, and will be enduring forever, which we are called to enjoy in glory with them. And that love we actually participate in, because everything has been created through the Word made flesh, born of woman, and who was tired and thirsty like we are each day, hurt and offended, excluded and condemned. And yet through him there is a fountain of light. And he said to us, you are the light of the world, the light of the Transfiguration. It's not just something arcane, something distant that we see from a distance. It's something that we're called to radiate. Thomas Merton, the famous 20th century writer, and one day walking in the streets of Louisville, which is also the home of Cassius Clay, the boxer, like real earthy stuff. And he's astonished, he's overwhelmed by the light he sees in every single person. He obviously had a very powerful experience of that meaning of the value of the human being transcending all of creation. We love to see this green of these reeds, the flight of the birds. We love to see the strength of the mountains, the height of the mountains, the solidity of the mountains. We love to see all of these things, but all of these gifts are just shadows of what's in a human being. That's in formation, because God wants us in our freedom to say yes to the light, to say yes to his strength, yes to his protection. You are my beloved Son, but you're going through times of trouble, times of trial, times of difficulty. You're my beloved child. Preparing the apostles, schooling them, strengthening them not to be scandalized over the cross that's coming. They talked, Elijah and Moses talked with Jesus about his glorification, which means his crucifixion, death and resurrection. Nothing pleasant about that. The light that is meant to come through all of our lives. Let us develop a great awe in front of every person, especially the ones that are most difficult for you now, the ones that are a problem, the ones that are a big burden. And let the light intensify that's coming from them. And that light is not always accessible through our perception of them right there. It's a light that we recognize through faith, really only through faith, because our human body is burdened with so many realities. People, God bless you. May you be a true reflection of the light of the Creator, the love before all ages. From everlasting I have loved you. With everlasting love, age-old love, I have loved you.